welcome to our brand new Whip Wednesday crochet show. I am so excited for you to be here. Ooh, I have something in my throat. I'm your host, Nikki of Nikki's Homemade Crafts, and today we're going to talk about the mystery crochet along that's happening right now for March 2024, and it's all about cables. So let's get started right away. I'm using Glimmer yarn from Mary Maxim, so check out the material list of the mystery crochet along if you want to grab that yarn, even though it will definitely arrive after the mystery crochet along is over because it's happening right now. But I do tell you it is worth it, and I think it's just $2.99 a skein, so definitely worth it. It's super pretty and easy to work with. So how's it going, everyone? Hello. You're working on the Christmas cal. Yeah, let's talk about it. What are you guys working on right now? It's Wednesday after all. I want to know what you're working on. Are you working on the Christmas mosaic crochet blanket, which is this one? This is my year-long crochet along happening right now. So this one, we're part 3 is out, so 1, 2, and 3. So for every month that you get one part. And so by the end of the year, you will have this one done. And you can, of course, join for free. You have to deal with ads, or you get the PDF and download it and move on and enjoy yourself. So it's super fun. And I'm currently working even on getting the actual pattern also made into a reversible graph and written instructions. It's happening right now. So hopefully that update will come very soon because I know so many guys have been asking for it. The original pattern, by the way, was created for regular mosaic crochet, overlay mosaic crochet, but I knew the technique on how to do a reversible, so I gave you guys the technique. I didn't realize first that mosaic crochet blanket would blow up the way it did. Over 10,000 people were part of it. And number 2, I didn't know how many people would actually do the reversible technique. So making it easier and easier, I'm really trying to make sure the pattern is as clear as possible and give you extra benefits for it. And of course, that reversible part will only be in the PDF. It's just so much work. I want to make sure to those who actually get the PDF, they're worth it, okay? So anyways, that's just a quick little note. In case you're curious, just head over to my website, nikkishomemadeCrafts.com, and you will see it immediately. I put it on the homepage so you can join at any time. You turned me into a genius. Oh, that's amazing. I love it. I turned into genius. What did I say? What did I do? Now I'm really curious. Okay, so let's talk about the mystery crochet along. Okay. By the way, do you guys like my new sign? I got it from Michael's, so not sponsored or anything. I went to Michael's, and I'm actually thinking about looking on Etsy if I can create a crochet version. That would be a lot more fun. I like the create one. Don't get me wrong. All the other ones just didn't apply to me. They had it like right at the front. Okay. And I loved it. It's also multicolor. I'm not quite sure if I like it. I usually like just like one solid color because I feel like otherwise it's too much. I do like it otherwise. It's pretty, it's cute. There's a timer in there, or you can have it on at all times and an off button. It's very easy. Anyways, I'm not sponsored anything, okay? I just thought I will let you know since it's probably very obvious I have something new. I also updated my yarn stash. I don't know how much you can actually see. I organized everything here around me, and you can only see a fraction of it, unfortunately. But I made sure that these ones are pretty looking now, so I organized them kind of by color, so it looks neater on camera. And right there, I want my plaque. The plaque that we haven't reached yet, okay? So let me tell you, we're about to hit 100K on YouTube, okay? So tell your friends about your crochet friends. I don't need anyone else. It has to be crocheters, okay? Tell your crochet friends to follow me, to subscribe to my channel. If you haven't done so, check. Does it say that you are subscribed? Because once I reach 100K, I will put the flag here, and that's a celebration for all of us, okay? Because there will be over 100K subscribers for my YouTube channel, and I want everyone to see it and everyone to celebrate it and put a smile on their big face. Anyways, it's gonna go right there, so just a little heads up. Okay, then anyway, so we're working on the mystery crochet along, so let's talk about that in more detail, okay? I think enough people came in now. I just wanted some chitter chatter in between. Okay, so the cable mystery mystery crochet along. Let me show you part 1 and 2. Okay, so we have part 1 is this one, okay, and then part 2 is the bottom one. Let me tell you a little bit about it. Okay, I'm going to remove the bottom one. Oopsie daisy, that was the wrong one. I'm going to remove the bottom one for now because I want to talk about this. Okay, I did this one on purpose as part 1, but not to discourage you, okay? Because I understand, and I know, and you're probably going to agree with me on this, is that part 1 is the harder of the 2 parts. Okay, part 1 is much more challenging than part 2. And there's a reason for it. And it's because you have to turn your work and you have to work the cable on the back of your work. Okay, and that can be very challenging because the cable's on the other side and you have to look where is each stitch. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe part 1 is harder. Now, why did I put it as part 1? Why didn't I just give you part 2 first? And because they're both squares, right? Like, why didn't I do that? Just to give you something positive first. Well, I wanted you to have more time on this guy. Okay, so I think of logical in this way. I try to see how can I put my parts that I'm publishing for you guys in the way that it gives you enough time to actually finish the project. Okay, if you guys would have done part 2 first as number 1 and then this guy, you would be very, very frustrated and you'd be like, oh my gosh, I don't have enough time to finish this. I know that some of you guys are still working on this one, and this is the reason why I put this as part 1. Okay, so, but I give you a little hint. In part 3, you may have some options of what you can do that will make you very happy so that you will actually finish your project. Okay, regardless if you had problems with this one or not. Little side note, you will see in part 3 what I'm talking about. Okay, but anyways, so this is a simple, I know that sounds very mean to say that, a simple 2-stranded cable, or sometimes known as just a twist, like a twisted braid, right? So that's what this one is, okay? And I wanted to give you one. Actually, you don't understand. I had like a whole another setup first. I had another square going, and I realized how challenging that would have been. And I was like, you know what? They needed straightforward. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to do one braid on this one. One braid, okay? And I realized I'm glad I went this way because that was challenging enough, okay? So this is part 1, as I said. Now let's remove that here for a second, and let's talk about part 2. Now part 2 is easier, even though it's done from the center out, and you're actually making more braids or more twists or more cables, however you want to call that, okay? But the reason it's easier is because I don't turn my work for granny squares. I know the community is split about it. Let me know what you think about it, okay? But I get it even for like the waffle stitch or whatever. People like to turn their work even as a granny square. And I personally don't. If it's around, it's going to be around. And I'm going to keep going that way because I feel like it's a more smoother look. Because look at it, right? Look at the stitches next to the cable. They don't look different. They all look the same because we went in the same way. We stayed on one side. So I personally prefer staying on one side. I don't turn my work when I do granny squares. Just think about it like a hat, right? The same way, or a basket. I don't turn my work. Like if I'm going around, I'm going around. Okay. Now this is actually very beneficial for cables in this case, right? Because you're staying on one side and you don't have to worry about any back post stitches. It's all front post stitches. Okay. So it makes it much easier. You can see your cable. You know when to twist, when to turn, and all that stuff, right? You know exactly what to do, and it's very straightforward. I also added like additional front post double crochet stitches there on the side, right? So that you can hopefully start thinking about what's gonna be. Any guesses yet? Come on, come give me some guesses. It's like a quiz that doesn't have an answer yet. So I'll show you both, whoopsie daisy, both squares again. These are the 2 squares. We still have part 3 to go, and there's still crocheting to do in part 3. So what are you thinking we're working on? So far you have 2 squares. Okay, that's all you got to do here. Well, you could use them for 2 washcloths technically, right? But that's what you have so far. What do you think we're making? I would love to know your ideas. Come on, give it to me. It's like a quiz that doesn't have an answer. Well, it has an answer, but I won't give it to you. So I won't give it to you, okay? And try to be clear because there's a lot of things. I'm making things up. It's not going to be a hat, but you know, if someone says a hat, then I'm going to be like, well, there's a trillion different options of a hat, okay? So let's be more clear. Let's be as detailed as you can be because you have imagination, right? You can create things. So come on, give me some ideas. All right. Debbie says she doesn't prefer to turn either. I get it. We're on the same page, Debbie. I love not having to work to turn on the second part. Yay, Elaine! I'm so glad. It sounds like you guys are all on the same page as me. Okay. I haven't started part 2 yet, but it looks easier. It's much easier. Part 2 is easier. Okay, here we go. I'm going to show off some of you guys' ideas. Remember, I'm not going to say anything what it's going to be, okay? So we have a bag, a pinwheel, a purse, a pillow or a bag, a pillow, a laptop sleeve, oopsie daisy, a bag or a pillow. I'm good with either. I like that idea. Then a bag, and I'm thinking a bag. Okay, so a lot of people thinking a bag. There's a lot of options here. We have 2 squares here, and we still have another thing to go for part 3. So just saying. Okay, now I want to know from you guys, first of all, come with the questions, okay? I'm here for you. This is your time to ask me any questions about these cable projects, okay? So if you have any questions, this is the time to ask me, okay? Because it's literally almost like a one-on-one situation. So come give me some questions. I know that this part right here is very challenging. So in fact, I actually have it in front of me right here, that back part of it. So in case enough people ask me to, I'll just turn my camera around and I'll show it to you. But if you guys feel like you finally got part 1, you guys got the twist finally, then we're good. I'm just going to repeat what I already said in my YouTube video, but maybe hearing it a 3rd time, because I made also a quick version on Instagram and TikTok, right, and Facebook. If you need a 3rd version of that, same words, same person, but maybe it will help, I can do it, okay? So let's see. Some of you guys' questions come in. First part is kicking my booty. I get it. You don't understand. That's the one I pulled out a trillion times because I kept miscounting. Does part 3 have more cables? Well, I can tell you this. It's a cable mystery crochet along. So maybe that will answer your question. Maybe, maybe not. What were your measurements for both squares? Okay, they're blocked. In the end are 10.5 inches for me, like exact. I showed it on camera, 10.5. Okay, but this one right here, part 2, was first 10 inches, okay, because of the cables in every direction. It pulls it in a little bit. So once I blocked part 2, it came to 10.5, okay? So this one was almost immediately 10.5. This one turned 10.5 once I blocked it. So keep that in mind. All I'm telling you is it's okay if it's 10, it's okay if it's 9, it's okay if it's 11, it's okay if it's 10 and a half. Just make sure they're even, make sure they're both the same. That's all I'm asking you. Make them both the same, okay? Make them the same. And either way works. Okay. Let's see. How do you block blocks without a blocking board? That's a great question. Now, I personally, and this is a little trick, okay? It's not the best way. I hope Elaine, okay, Elaine is the one who asked that question. This is a great question. I personally think, first of all, please invest into a blocking board, okay? Blocking board system. If you need a link for a good one, I tried out 3-4 different types. I can tell you exactly which ones are my favorite. So if you need a link, just message me or email me directly and I'll give you the link immediately, okay? I know exactly which ones are my favorite ones. Now, I'm not saying they're the best ones, but for me, they are the best ones, okay? So the first thing you would need is some kind of steamer, okay? Now, you can use your iron if there is a steam part to it, but be careful. Irons can get very hot, and if you touch your crochet, it'll melt it, okay? Just keep that in mind. Now, if you used acrylic, there's a difference between wool and acrylic. Let's just say you used acrylic, okay? For acrylic, you need steam blocking, not wet blocking. Wet blocking is wool or anything natural fibers. For artificial fibers such as acrylic, you're going to need to do steam blocking, okay? So that means you need a steamer of some sort. Now, I bought a steamer for like 20 bucks, so just saying. And the blocking boards I have, I think were one set that I didn't like. It's super thin, don't like it. It was like 20 bucks or so. And another set was like 50, and the 50 is the one I use all the time. So yeah, I use the one that's a little bit more expensive, but it's thicker. It's like a premium one. I mean, it was 50 bucks at that point, at that time when I got it. I also got some special needles. Now, that's the gist of it. If you have all that, then you're good. So let me talk about for a second what to do if you don't have any of that right now, because some of you guys don't get overnight shipping, right? So if you don't have it and you have at least some pins, hopefully some of you guys have pins like needles, right? Like pins, like pin cushion. Where's mine? It's not ideal, but it might work, you know, like pins like this. Okay. It's not ideal, but it can work. And if you have a carpet, then it will work. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see where I'm going with this? So you will lay it out on your carpet. You will pin it down. Okay. Measure it. Okay. Pin it down. It needs some tension though, which is why blocking boards are great. There's foam. Okay, if you have some kind of foam thing, then do that. Or use a cardboard of some sort. Okay, something where you can pin it into. Okay, now hopefully not furniture, but if you have furniture where the pins are not showing the holes in the end, then you're good. So meaning not leather. Okay, and then use a steamer and go over. And then should be about an inch or so above. Do not touch your crochet. About an inch above. Okay, that's how you block it. That's how you do it DIY version. Okay. Okay, let's see. Will the video stay up for the cables? Yes, I'm not taking any videos down. Let's see. Would larger yarn work for this pattern? You mean thicker yarn? So like heavier weight, like bulky? Yes, but only if you do one of my ideas in part 3. Otherwise, I would say no. For the actual project that I made, I wouldn't recommend it. But there is an idea that I brought up in part 3 in the video. Guys, if you don't watch my videos, I recommend watching my videos, even if you know how to read patterns. Always watch my videos. There's always some kind of tips and tricks throughout, okay? You can always learn something new. And I don't write everything out in a pattern, and I don't write all my ideas out in a pattern. I put them in a video because I can demonstrate certain things, okay? Make sure you watch my video. It's in there, okay? Anyways, so part 3 will have some ideas on what you can do in case you are using bigger yarn or thicker yarn or heavier yarn, whatever you mean. What do you mean by blocking? Blocking means you're going to somehow either wet or steam your project with heat to relax and almost permanently put your stitches in the right place. That's what blocking is. Okay. So for example, for acrylic, you would use it in a way, acrylic is artificial. Okay. So it means for artificial, when you think of like acrylic is like plastic. So what you do is when you melt plastic, it'll stay there permanently. Is that making sense in your head? Right? It'll stay there. It will not move any again. Okay. So which means when you do that with yarn, don't touch it. It'll melt. You don't want to get to the melting point, but you want to get to the point where it heats up enough that when you block it in a certain locations, which is why you pin it down first. For acrylic, you pin it down first, then you steam it. Then you let it cool completely, and then the stitches will stay that way. So the heat will relax it and then permanently put them in their place, and they're kind of, it's like they have a muscle memory. They will stay that way. Okay. Now for wet blocking, you will wet block first. Okay. And then you will block it and then let it dry. So that's for wool or for anything natural fibers. Okay. Yes, you can use an ironing board. That's correct. You can use an ironing board. Just again, pin it down and be careful. Be about an inch above your project. Don't touch your project. Don't ask me why I know that. Because sometimes you sneeze and then you touch it and then it's melted. That happens. It's not on purpose, but it happens. Okay, I'm looking for a blocking set that has lines to help straight lines. Yes, Linda, I have one. Email me. I'll get you the link. A folded towel. Ooh, that's a great idea too. I like this, but I'm not going to do another folded towel for a little bit. I gave you guys 2 in a row. That would not be fair. Okay. Straight pins for on the carpet. If it works, I have like a set of straight pins. They're in a plastic thingy. I don't know what it's called, but they're like great pins. Like they're multiple in a row in a plastic thing. It's really good. I love the ATC. Yes. Can I use straight pins with my ironing board cover and ironing board? Yes. Yes. Go for it. If you guys want to see my pins, let me grab it real quick. I know this is like me walking away, but give me a second. My blocking board and pins are on the other side of the room. So, but it's a small room, so it won't take long. Just give me 1 second. In the meantime, you guys ask more questions. Ask, keep going. All right, I'm back. This is my steamer that I use. Okay, if anyone needs a link, let me know. That's the steamer I use. These are, let me remove my pictures. Hang on a second. Okay. These are the blocking pins I use. They're like a comb. Okay, they look like this. Okay, that's what I use. There's big ones and little ones and singular ones. They're all in there. I don't like the singular ones. They bend too quickly. These ones are my favorite. And then I like to use these guys for the corners. Okay, they work really well for that. Anyways, it's worth investing into it. If you need a link, let me know. Just email me, okay? And then this is my favorite premium blocking board set, okay? So it comes with pins, by the way. Comes with pins, but only these ones. I don't like them, but they will work. They have lines on it, and these are thick. Okay, I think this set is about 50 bucks or so, and I'm happy to send you guys a link. I have an affiliate link. What are affiliate links? I get a tiny commission. If you click on it, you won't pay a penny extra, okay? You won't pay extra. I just get a small commission from the company that sells these items. So if you want my link, then just let me know. Email me. Yeah, I'll put my email address up here for a second. Oopsie. Hang on. Here's my email address. Email me and I get you guys the links for any of it. Just put it in a list and say, Nikki, I need this link, this link, this link, this link, whatever. And I'll get it for you, okay? Let me remove this for a second. Okay, you guys have it memorized? Nicole@nikkishomemade.com. You can also go to my website directly and there's a contact button. Either way works. Okay. A folded towel for blocking. Oh, that's what you mean. Yes. Samara says, yes, the ATC is my favorite thing that I learned from Nikki. Oh, I'm so glad. I know, it's so easy. I know some of you guys like, okay, the ATC I'm using is the stacked single crochet. There's another ATC. There's many different versions of the ATC, okay? Which is why I say the ATC, so you can pick and choose what you want. I prefer the stacked single crochet version because I can manipulate it as big as I need it to be, and it's always easy to put your hook into it. The other version, that really twisty version thingy, I feel like the V on the top is so tight, I might as well make chains, and they're hard to get into too. So that's just my opinion, okay? Okay, I have the same steamer and block set. Yay, Terry! Awesome. I have the same blocking boards. Tracy, that's awesome. So happy. I was blocking wrong and I have those blocking mates. Yay! I'm glad. Yes, go use them. Okay, so this is your steamer. I have a full tutorial on how to do blocking, okay? This is my favorite set. I just got it, okay, like a couple weeks ago. Beforehand, I used those singular ones. Not happy. Finally, I'm so happy I got this. It was worth it. I think it was like 15 bucks. Don't quote me on a number because it changes all the time. But I think that was how much it was. It was very affordable, and I use it all the time, so it's worth it for me, okay? And I paid for all this myself. So just, oh, you know what? I don't know if I paid for the blocking boards. I don't remember. I may have gotten those for free from We Crochet, but I don't remember. So don't quote me on that part. But I'm happy to give you guys the link. Okay. Do you guys have any more questions about the cables? Okay. Let me put them up for a second again. I'm not going to tell you what we're making. Part 3 is coming out on Friday. But if you are signed up, you get access to the early release tomorrow evening. So, are you guys ready for it? There won't be too much to crochet anymore, okay? I can promise you that. There's not too much to crochet. It's about the same amount as this, and then there are some options. If you do one of the options, you may have a little extra to crochet. There's another option where you have a little bit more to crochet, but again, it all depends on your options and depends on what you have at home. There's probably other things you could do with it. But anyways, just so you know, there's just a little bit more to crochet. Not too much. Let me know if you guys have any questions about the cables. So you can make that ATC like a triple stitch then too. Awesome. Yes. Just add another single crochet on top. Okay. So remember, stacked single crochet. You have one single crochet, you add another single crochet on top. That's the height of a double crochet. And if you add another one on top, sorry, I don't have a third hand. If you add another one on top, it's the height of a triple crochet. So yes, you can go as tall as you need to be. You choose. Yeah, too much twisting makes unhappy wrists. Stack crochet rock. I get it. Yes. I don't like the twisting ATC either. I'm ready. I totally agree with you. Grace, where do you sell it? I don't sell them, but I can give you the link. So email me right here, and I will pop up the links into the email for you, and you just can order them as you please if you wish to order them. Okay, just email me and I'll get you all the links. Just give me a list. Nikki, I need this, you know, blocking board, knitting, blocking, comb set or something, whatever you want to call it. Okay, or steamer, whatever. Just email me and I will give you guys the link. No problem. When do we get part 3? So part 3 is coming out on Friday for everyone who's not signed up. For everyone who is signed up, we'll get an email tomorrow evening with the link to part 3. So with the video tutorial on top of it. It's probably my shortest video though, but it's, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to finish this. Plus, we have a huge party on Saturday. So let me know, are you guys going to come to the cable party? We have a cable party happening on Saturday. We're going to talk all about cables. So you just learned one type of cable, but there's so much more to learn. Like a lot more. So, yeah, and I want to show it to you all. I want to show you all the different varieties of cables. So literally, it's going to be a cable party. We're really going to talk about cables. So, I'm really excited for it. Will you come? Will you come? Please come, because it's going to be so much fun. Plus, remember all those people, all those amazing crocheters, hopefully one of you is one of them, who signed up for the Mystery Crochet Along, is part of it, and finished the Mystery Crochet Along with any of the ideas I mentioned or any of your ideas. Just finish it, okay? Just finish it. Make a finished project, okay? And post it on time by Saturday morning. Then you have a chance to be one of 3 winners, and I will announce them during the cable party. So you got to show up so you know if you won, because I will grab the winners from Facebook, from those who post their final images with the hashtag, okay? And I only know your name over there. Facebook doesn't give me your email address. So you will have to watch it to figure out if you won, and then email me after, okay? So I can get you access to the winning prize. So just saying, okay? What time on Saturday? On Saturday, it is the 16th, correct? What is the date? The 13th? Yes, the 16th. It's going to be at 12 o'clock. Which way am I pointing this? This way. This is the correct way. 12 o'clock Pacific time. Okay, Pacific time, which means it's 3 o'clock Eastern time, or it is 2 o'clock Central time and 1 o'clock Mountain time. Figure it out. We just changed clocks too on top of that, so Arizona is completely off. But anyways, you guys get it? Okay, so let me go through it again. So 12 o'clock Pacific, 1 o'clock Mountain, 2 o'clock Central, or 3 o'clock Eastern. If you're any of the other time zones, please calculate. That's going to be on Saturday. The email that you guys get tomorrow evening will have a link in it. All you have to do is click on it and tap the notification button, put it in your calendar on your phone, say Nikki's gone live, and then show up. That's all you got to do. So it's very easy. Very easy. I'll be there. Yay! Okay. I try to be there, but I don't have time to finish by Saturday. I'm sure you can finish something. I promise you. You just have to finish your project. You have to say, this is a finished project. That's what you got to do. It doesn't have to be like mine. There's a lot of people who chose to pick some of my things and turned it into other things. You know, what did we do last time? You know, some people turned certain things into a blanket or a purse or whatever it is. Just finish it. You consider it finished at certain points and say, this is finished. Here's my finished project. It should be a little bit more than those two parts. So add something to it to consider it finished. I'm not going to be too picky on it, okay? Because I want you to be able to use whatever you made, right? That's always the challenging part for me for a mystery crochet along, because some of you guys don't know what you're making. But I always think personally, and I know some of you guys always say that, I'm like, well, I don't know what you're making, so I don't want to waste my yarn. I get it, but we have 12 mystery crochet alongs, meaning every month one mystery crochet along. By the end of the month, by the end of the year, you have 12 presents to give to friends and loved ones. You know, just saying, you're going to have something. Arizona's now mountain time. Yeah, there you go. I never know where Arizona is going to fit into the whole daylight savings fiasco. I don't like losing an hour. I like gaining an hour. I don't like losing an hour. But I know you have to balance it out unless we get rid of the whole system. I get it. Okay, I can't be there live because the family will be celebrating my birthday. Linda, happy early birthday. Don't worry, you can always watch the replay. Remember, replays were always there. They're always going to be there, just like this video. We'll have a replay later. So no problem at all, okay? Anyways, do you guys have any further questions about the cables or the mystery crochet along? I ain't going to tell you what it's going to be, but I can answer any other question. So let me know. And yeah, quick reminder, or I should probably pop up the link here. This is the link if you guys want to sign up for the mystery crochet along, or if you want to get the pattern. You have to scroll all the way down. There's also a table of content after the very first image. So if you want to open up the table of content and click on part 1 or 2, it'll shoot you right there. It's like a rocket ship, like. Then you skip all the parts in between. You know, I know that sometimes the ads don't load properly and stuff. It's really annoying. I get it. But we have ads in order to pay for free content, right? For you guys not having to pay for it. And if you don't like ads, you can always join my membership, the Crochet Club. Just saying, there's over 400 ad-free patterns in there. All my patterns are in there, including the mystery crochet alongs. So you can print it. There's checkoff boxes for most of the patterns, right? Things like that. It's all there. So just so you know. Terry, I'm not going to answer that question. It's going to be a surprise. We're going to talk about cables on Saturday. Okay, but don't worry. Remember, the replay will be available. I will post it into, I will put it into my newsletter too. So no worries if you can't make it live. I'd rather you be there live because it's a lot more fun that way. Because you're literally there live. You can answer. I can answer your questions live right there. Okay. If it's after that, it's always a little harder, and there's a time difference until I get to answer your questions. So just, you know, okay. Anyways, yes, the Saturday party is going to be all about cables. I ain't gonna say anything else, but it's gonna be exciting. I'm like so excited, like seriously excited. Okay. Can you tell I'm always excited? I'm always excited, but it's mostly because I get to talk to you. Okay. I'm always happy to go live. I used to be so scared going live. Now that's like all I want to do. I'm really excited, like just to talk to you and chat with you about anything. Anyways, come join the mystery crochet along if you haven't done so. Okay, so you get early release for part 3. It is easy to catch up in case you guys haven't started yet on the mystery crochet along. But yeah. All right. It looks like you guys don't have any further questions, at least not questions I'm going to answer. But I hope to see you guys for the big party on Saturday. In the meantime, go work on the mystery crochet along, finish part 1 and 2, and then part 3 early releases tomorrow evening. And for everyone else, it's Friday. And yeah, I'm really excited. Until then, bye.